Skill number 1, version control.
Oh look, another YouTuber telling you to learn Git. But here's why I'm saying it, because 90% of people who know Git only know 3 commands: add, commit, push. And the second something goes wrong, like a merge conflict or they accidentally committed to main, they panic and delete the repo and clone again. That's not knowing Git, that's knowing how to use training wheels. What you actually need to learn, what a branch really is, how to rebase without crying, how to undo things like reset, revert, restore, what head means, how to fix a merge conflict by hand, not just accepting yours or theirs. I once worked with a guy who had 5 years of experience. He got a merge conflict on a pull request. You know what he did? He deleted his local branch, recloned the whole repo, and reapplied his changes manually. That took him 2 hours. I fixed it in 30 seconds with Git rebase. He looked at me like I was a wizard. I wasn't. I just read the fucking docs. So here's your homework. Next time you use Git, actually read what the error says. Type Git status obsessively. And for the love of God, learn what Git diff does before you stage everything like a maniac. Skill number 2, reading documentation. This one pisses me off the most. Most beginners don't read documentation. They watch a 40-minute tutorial where someone copies code from Stack Overflow, and then they try to stitch it together like Frankenstein's monster. And then, obviously, it doesn't work.
What? What the fuck?
Documentation is not optional. It's the manual. And if you're too lazy to read the manual, you're not a programmer. You're just a parrot with a keyboard. Next time you hit a problem, don't open YouTube. Open the official docs. Search for the function or method. Read the parameters. Read the return values. Read the goddamn examples. It's boring. It's not glamorous. But it's the difference between being a script kiddie and being someone who can solve problems alone. Skill number 3, breaking problems into shit-sized pieces. This is the skill that nobody teaches, but everyone needs. You sit down to build something. Let's say a to-do list app with a backend, a database, and a login system. And you look at it and your brain just freezes because it's too big. So you do nothing. Or you start writing random code. Or you copy a full stack tutorial and change the colors. That's because you suck at breaking problems down. And that's fine. You can learn it. Here's the trick. Take the big thing and ask, what's the smallest possible version of this that still does something useful? Not the full app. Not the perfect app. Just something that works. Example, not build a to-do app with login. First, can I print hello world from a server? Then, can I save one hard-coded to-do item to a file? Then, can I read it back? Then, can I add a second one via a form? Then, can I make it show up in a list? Each step is tiny. Each step works. Each step gives you a win. Let me tell you something important. Most senior devs don't sit down and build the whole thing in one go. They build the smallest piece, get it working, then add another piece. That's it. That's the secret. So stop trying to be a hero. Remember, one board at a time. Skill number 4, reading other people's code. Oh man, this skill will test your patience more than anything else. Because other people's code is often shit, and I don't mean a little messy. I mean variable names like x, y, temp, functions that are 400 lines long. But here's the ugly truth. You need to learn to read that garbage. Because in the real world, you don't get to write everything from scratch. You inherit code, you fix other people's bugs, you add features to systems that were designed by someone who no longer works there, and probably hated their job. So how do you get good at this? Pick an open source library you actually use. Nothing huge. Maybe a small NPM package or a Python utility. Then just read it. Start at the entry point. Follow the function calls. Don't run it. Just read. You will get confused. That's fine. The goal isn't to understand everything. The goal is to get comfortable being confused. That skill, the ability to walk into a dark room and figure out where the light switch is, that's what gets you paid. Skill number 5, asking good questions. Yes, this is a skill. Listen, you will get stuck. A lot. That's normal. But how you ask for help determines whether people will actually help you or just ignore you forever. Bad question. My code doesn't work. Help. Good question. I'm trying to filter an array in JavaScript. I expect 1, 2, 3, but I'm getting 1. Here's my code. Here's what I've tried. I've read the MDN page on filter. What am I missing? See the difference? The second one shows you did your homework. It shows respect for the other person's time. Before you ask anyone for help, spend 30 minutes trying to solve it yourself. Document what you tried. Then, when you ask, lead with that list. And if someone helps you, thank them. And don't ask the same question twice.
Daddy, chill.
I'm not being nice here. I'm being real, because I've seen beginners get blacklisted from communities because they acted like entitled babies. Don't be that person. Skill number 6, understanding that Good enough is better than perfect. This is the one that fucks up more beginners than anything else, even more than syntax errors. You want to write clean code, elegant code, code that you'd frame on a wall, and that's great until you've spent 3 days refactoring a function that works fine. Here's the reality. Shipped code is better than perfect code that nobody sees. I'm not saying write garbage. I'm saying get it working. Then if there's time, make it better. But in the real world, there's rarely time. There's a deadline. There's a boss. There's a client who doesn't give a shit about your design patterns. Look, nobody learns all these skills in a month. I sure as hell didn't. But here's what you can do. Save this video, pick one skill from this list every week. Just one. Focus on it, be bad at it, get a little less bad, and repeat.